Hello again, guys and girls of the Gears of War 3 community. Welcome back to another Gears of War 3 gameplay commentary. So, today I have for you some King of the Nasher gameplay. I really do enjoy getting this because it is really constant Nasher fun and it is really enjoyable to actually get and watch. So, I hope you enjoy that. Anyway, today I want to talk about a few things Judgment related, so I'll just jump straight into this. The first thing I want to go into is the changes they have made to the frag grenades. First off, the frag grenade is now your primary starting grenade, and the reason they put this in is so they can basically replace the smoke grenade, because the smoke grenade wasn't being reused as a smoke grenade at all. It was just being used as a form of pushing people. So now you can use the frag grenade to push people, to get them out, and really use it as an offensive weapon. And the reason this isn't really overpowered as such, because everybody starts with one, you might think, oh yes, it's really overpowered because the nade is really powerful. It gets people from ridiculous ranges. So what they've done is they've downsized the range at which you get insta-killed from the nade, and they've also taken away the ability to tag the grenade, which is quite an interesting concept, and I do like that because tagging grenades just doesn't seem very Gears of War like. It just slows down gameplay and it takes away the skill of the actual player to just make it the ability of the game to actually get the kill, not the actual player. So yeah. Also, another thing they've added is they've made the grenade, if you underhand throw, I think, if you quick throw it, it will basically stick to people like the sticky grenade off of Halo, which is another interesting concept. I'm not too sure what to think about that yet. If they have downsized the nade, it will be extremely useful to try and hit those all the time, because with the nade not so powerful anymore, you're going to have to look for new ways to trap people in and get them with the actual grenades themselves. Anyway, so the other thing I wanted to talk about, or one of the other things I wanted to talk about, is the ink stun is now gone. This is an interesting concept as well, because it takes away a lot of the ability of the ink grenade. Like, in the ink grenade in Gal 3 was basically centered around that stun. If it doesn't stun people, it's not that useful. But it will be interesting to see if they do something like add a massive cloud to it, or just make it a lot more dangerous in general. But the reason I don't really like the ink grenade in general is because it does the exact same thing if you take away the stun to the instant grenade, which is just cut off an area, except for you're being inked instead of, you know, burnt. So yeah, that's strange to think about. But it will be interesting to see how it is actually played in Judgment, and to see if it is useful enough to be used constantly, or if it will do a Gorgon in Gears of War 3 and just flop. But yeah. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to talk about was the... I can't think. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that they've taken away the active reload booster damage from all weapons in Gears of War 3, or in Gears of War Judgment, which I think is true. I'm not sure what exactly they've done. I know they've at least downsized it. I believe they have taken it away, though. So that is good in my mind, because with the Gears of War 3 active booster damage, basically, first off, you can never know pre them shooting you if someone has an active or not. You can think about trying to push them, you can think about just sitting back, but if they have that active damage, then it might do a lot more damage to you than you think. And basically it can make it harder to to push properly, basically. And the biggest thing about this is, now that the actives would be gone, it basically I can't speak this commentary. I do apologise, but yeah, it this is the worst commentary ever. By the way, I wanted to tell you this. This is like the 20th time I have recorded this. Literally, like the 20th time. I just can't speak today, but I'm just trying to get this out to you guys. Anyway, what I'm trying to get across is, The game will now have a bigger gap between the good players and the bad players because of the because of the fact that they've taken away the active, because now everybody will be forced to do standard damage, and if everybody's forced to do standard damage, then less people will be able to run in and get one bombs, so more people will have to do things like move more, they'll have to think about where they shoot, they'll have to go for headshot boosters, and they'll have to do everything they can to get that kill rather than just get in one massive active damage and then finish off the kill easily. Which will be interesting, because with a bigger skill gap, it will make it more competitive, and more competitive means that it has a higher chance of getting on something like MLG, and if it has a higher chance of getting on something like MLG, and if it actually lands on MLG, then the game will become more popular and will get a bigger community. So there are some very good reasons for them doing this, and I hope that they continue this throughout throughout everything they do, including the fact that they've taken away stopping power. So I really do think that they want to make this the most competitive Gears of War game yet, and I do think that they're going to do it properly. And while a lot of people just see like the game is different, so it's bad, I see potential for something spectacular in the new game. But while a lot of people are while a lot of people don't like these concepts, you have to really sit back and play the game properly for at least a week or so, till you actually can make a real judgment. I see what you did there. Till you can make a real judgment on how good a game of it is. Oh my god, this is the worst commentary I've ever done. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I've left it too long so it's black screened, but yes, thank you for watching and goodbye.